Hi, I'm Kathy, the founder of Medicare Quick. If you're watching this video, it's likely because you have a family member who's either assisted living or memory care, and you were referred to my office because a professional you work with believes that your loved one would be better off with a different type of Medicare plan. Your loved one is currently on a Medicare Advantage plan, likely an HMO, and either the mobile doctor doesn't accept the plan or perhaps your loved one needs more home health visits, but the HMO has only approved a few. The professional has encouraged you to drop the HMO and go back to original Medicare with a Medigap plan. Whatever the reason you were referred here, let's talk about some of the issues that you might see about making this type of change. First of all, you may or may not be able to get the plan right now. I'm assuming that you are not watching this video during the annual election period, or AEP, which is October 15th through December 7th of every year. Don't worry, I'll also cover what to do during AEP. If it's not during AEP, you won't be able to make the change unless your loved one has a special election period, or SEP. A SEP might be that your loved one moved out of the coverage area and has or will be losing the HMO. Generally, you'll have about 2 months from the date of the official move to get a new plan. And in this type of SEP, your loved one will also be able to get certain Medigap plans regardless of health issues. This is not true of all SEPs. Another SEP might be a stay in a skilled nursing facility. This will allow your loved one to leave the Medicare Advantage but will not provide a guarantee of getting a Medigap plan. In fact, it will likely disqualify your loved one from getting one. Your loved one also has a quarterly SEP if he or she is on Medicaid, known as Medi-Cal, in California. However, if your loved one has a 100% share of cost, then it's illegal for an insurance company or broker to sell you a Medigap plan. You might, however, be able to get a PPO, which is different and more restrictive than a Medigap plan. For example, a PPO can restrict the number of visits that you can get with a home health agency. If you're making a change during the open enrollment period and you live in California, then you have special rights that don't exist in other states. If your Medicare Advantage plan increases any of your copays or co-insurance amounts, then you have the right to get certain Medigap plans in California. But because this change can be tricky, I highly recommend that you work with me or a member of my team. Just understand that there is a difference between a special election period and a guaranteed issue period. They are not the same, and likely you'll need both in order to make the change that you want. Some other questions that I get have to do with the change itself. Let's say your loved one has been in the same HMO for many years. You're worried because of all the medical records or at the current HMO. What will happen if you change plans? Will there be a problem? In most cases, there won't be an issue. Original Medicare and a Medigap plan will generally allow you to see any doctor or provider that accepts Medicare Part B. So if your current doctor accepts Medicare Part B, you'll still be able to see that doctor under the new plan. To fully understand the differences between Medigap and Medicare Advantage, please watch the video named Making Medicare Decisions, which can be found at medicarequick.com/MMD or as part of my course site if you've signed up for that. However, there is one Medicare Advantage plan I'm aware of that does not accept Part B, and that is Kaiser. If your loved one is on Kaiser, there's a big negative here, and you need to understand that. That's because Kaiser does not accept Medicare Part B, only their own plan. So that means you'll have to get new doctors. Now, if you're in memory care, chances are that's not going to be a problem because your loved one is going to have a hard time getting to appointments with the doctors anyway. But some people love Kaiser, and if your loved one is still making their own decisions, I just want to make sure that you're aware that that might be a problem. As far as your medical records, you have a right to those records, so that won't be an issue. There might be a small fee, but in most cases it's negligible if there is one. When my husband and I moved, we were able to get our records no problem. Another question that I get is, how much is the new plan going to cost? Right now your loved one could be paying $0 for the Medicare Advantage. In addition to that, they're paying a Part B premium. No matter what, that Part B premium is going to need to be paid. How much the Medigap plan will cost varies. The premium is based on zip code, age, and what plan you want. That's something we'll have to make an actual quote for. But don't worry, there are plans that will probably fit your budget. I've also been asked whether you can keep your Medicare Advantage plan and just add the Medigap to it. Unfortunately, that's not allowed. You cannot have a Medigap plan and a Medicare Advantage plan together. They don't work together. It's either or. The easiest thing to do is to watch the video called Making Medicare Decisions so you're more fully aware, understand about the differences between the two plans. Then you can schedule an appointment to talk with me or a member of my team. Just go to medicarequick.com/schedule and find a time that works for you. Don't worry, our services are always free to you. You can schedule the appointment right then and there to make sure that it doesn't fill up, and then we can discuss your options with you. You don't have to wait until you have a SEP or a guaranteed issue to get your questions answered. In fact, you'll probably want to make your appointment right away. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.